as it is Christmas, a question that we get asked a lot by Santa is how to insulate a chimney and obviously keep it open for Santa. So, how best do we insulate a chimney?
Yeah, so chimneys have historically been extremely important in the building stock. They're a means of evacuating gases from the combustion process and providing ventilation and airflow for the fire and so on. And realistically, the majority of the buildings that we're looking at in a retrofit context will have at least one chimney to deal with. And obviously, this time of year, it gives you a very cozy image of sitting up by the fire and hopefully awaiting a visit from the big man. But in practice, they're a huge source of heat loss and potential discomforts and drafts and whatever else. So really, we're looking at strategies that enable to airtightness line to be created at the level of the insulation, a means of following the insulation into the sort of chimney breast, and usually some sort of means of capping with some sort of ventilated capping at chimney level. And we've got a few materials, don't we, that we can look to do that with.
Yeah, so I mean, we normally start by saying if you've got an existing flue, it's best to line it, because a conventional open flue is not great for anything. So you'd line it with a flexible liner, and then backfill with vermiculite or perlite, something to keep that liner warm, so the gases carry on up the flue without cooling and condensing. That should be taken at least to the same line as all the other insulation layers. So if you've got loft insulation or roof insulation, that vermiculite needs to come right to the same line so that you keep your insulation envelope. And then we start working on the actual opening itself. So what sort of things do we normally line the openings with?
Yeah, I mean, some sort of blanking plate basically to create the airtightness. And then particularly if you're going to continue to use some sort of wood burner or something, we want to take a non-combustible insulation actually into the opening. So we use our multi-pore mineral insulation boards, which are an A1 fire rated material. They've got very similar sort of moisture properties and installation properties to something like wood fibre, but obviously in a non-combustible form.
Once we put the multi-pore in, then we insulate around the chimney breast. The question we get often asked actually is whether you can use wood fibre around the chimney breast, because some people seem to think it could be a fire hazard. Well, obviously the chimney breast doesn't get hot, so you can use wood fibre all the way around the outside and continue on around the rest of the room as you would normally. So it really is quite a simple process. The only thing you might want to be a bit careful for is around the chimney breast. Often the brick is only 10 centimetres thick, so you need to be a bit careful with fixing. And that's one place that we'd probably not use hammer action when you're trying to fix into. But other than that, it's pretty simple and straightforward.
Yeah, very good.
Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas.